I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. I'm back from Sangkhlaburi in another 4 days. I'm heading out to Cambodia, and I got a letter. Yeah, I got a letter. It's a pretty good question, actually. The Thai culture has sorta of westernized in the last 20 years, in that it used to be that if you dated a Thai girl for, say, 2 to 5 years and she was faithful to you all the time, her family would pressure you to marry her, and if you didn't do so, the family would expect some money out of the farang. The money was almost like a fine for staying with the girl all these years and not wanting to tie the knot. The family's reasoning for asking the fine money is the farang is wasting the girl's youth. That she will never get back by keeping her in limbo. I'm sorry. The farang is wasting the girl's youth that she will never get back by keeping her in limbo. Scott, do some Thai families practice this so-called fine? And I said, no, they don't. Not the way that he's talking about it. And he said, well, it could be another culture. Maybe it's the Chinese or Filipinos. But it goes like this. If a man and a woman are dating together for more than 3 years, not married, and then decide to call it Splitsville, bad news for the man. The man must now pay the family X amount of money, called the fine. The reason, the man just wasted 3 years of the girl's youth, thus making it harder for her to find potential suitors that prefer younger women. Well, first I got one thing to say. What about wasting the guy's youth? I mean, please. No offense to all the women out there, but I mean, let's be fair. You're wasting the girl's youth. What about the guy's youth? You put in the time, both of you put in the time to me. You want equality? That's equality. It's like the guy loses out, the woman loses out. Bye. That's it. You don't have to pay anything. Now, there are numerous countries, and I don't know how strictly they enforce some of these things, but they do have something called a breach of promise to marry. You don't want to have that happen against you. Where, yes, you do have to pay some dough. However, that's not in Thailand. Now, what I will say is that in many cases, not many, but I guess in some cases, and it's not only with Westerners, so I don't know where he's coming up with this farang stuff. It's not only Westerners, but sometimes if a man splits up with a woman, there is no, you've got to pay for the baby, you got to pay for alimony. However, if the man is a decent guy, he will say, like if he's been married for 3 years, maybe he'll go, listen, and he's financially well off enough to have a little bit of dough. He may go, I'll give you 100,000 baht for each year that we were married. We were married 3 years, I'll give you 300K. Or I'll give you 20,000 baht for every year we were married. We were married 8 years, I'll give you 160,000 baht. And then that way, especially if the woman's not working, it gives her a little bit of stability. You could say the same thing about the sinsod. However, let's face it. If you pay a sinsod, that money is pretty much gone in most circumstances. So it's not like it's going to help the woman. Although in theory, that is part of what it's for. It's so that if you run off, she has some money to support herself for a while. But even with boyfriend-girlfriend relationships here, sometimes some guys go, listen, I'll make it easy for you. I don't want any trouble for you. I want you to have a good life. I don't want you to end up on the street. Maybe the girl's got 10,000 baht to her name, and you guys, had a long relationship, and she doesn't have any place to live, and she needs money to move into her apartment, and yada, yada, yada. So, the guy goes, okay, listen, I'll give you 100,000 baht. And then she's covered like for 6 months or something, But I haven't heard of any like legal ramifications from what he's talking about. Where you get involved with some girl and then it's like, oh, well, you didn't marry me, so you owe me money. No. And I don't know. I mean, like I would counter that with what I just said, which is, what about me? What about the time that I spent? You know. So anyway, that's all I got. Keep watching. I got more. I think I got a couple more Sanklebury videos coming, and then we're heading out in a few days to Phnom Penh, Battambang, Siem Reap, and maybe Ratanakiri. I'm not sure about that because it's way over on the east coast of Cambodia. We may. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we may forego one place and then zip all the way over there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're kind of winging it, but we want to go somewhere unique that a lot of people don't go to. And Siem Reap, we don't want to go to Angkor Wat because we know there's going to be 1,000 tourists every day there or more. So anyway, that's all I got. So until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Chok di lat jerk.